Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to break down the blueprint for a tool that's trying to solve a problem pretty much everyone has, the absolute chaos of organizing, well, anything in a group chat. Let's dive right in.
You know this feeling, right? You're trying to plan something simple, but you're just endlessly scrolling. Messages are getting missed, and you're asking who's bringing what for the 10th time. It's a universal frustration, and it's the perfect place to start to really understand why we need a whole new way of thinking about this.
So, here's our game plan. We're going to start by digging into the chaos of group chats and figure out exactly why they fail for organizing stuff. Then we'll look at a new blueprint for getting some order back, see how it solves the biggest headaches, and finally, we'll zoom out to get the bigger vision behind it all.
Okay, so first things first, let's frame this problem correctly. The issue isn't that people are messy or disorganized. It's that we're all using a tool for a job it was never, ever designed to do. It's kind of like trying to build a bookshelf with a hammer and a banana. You just don't have the right tools.
And this, right here, is the fundamental problem. Look, apps like WhatsApp or Messenger are fantastic for what they are. For casual chats, for sharing funny videos, for a quick, hey, what's up? But the second you need to coordinate people, places, times, and gear for something happening in the real world, they just completely fall apart.
So, what does that falling apart actually look like in practice? Let's get really specific and diagnose the symptoms that pop up when we try to force a social tool to do a logistics job.
And the results are, well, they're pretty obvious. Important details just get buried in the conversation. No one's really sure who's coming. You waste so much time just chasing people for answers. But here's the big one. It actually creates real safety risks when you can't be sure who's really prepared for an event. It's a system that's almost designed to fail.
So the solution here isn't to just build a better social network. No, it's to build something totally different. It's a huge shift in thinking, from a space that's designed for endless conversation to a tool that is built for coordination.
And this is such a key insight. This tool isn't meant for just anybody. It's organizer first. Think of it like infrastructure for the people doing all the heavy lifting, the club leaders, the coaches, the tour guides. The idea is, if you solve their problems, the experience for everyone else, the participants, gets better automatically. It becomes clearer, safer, and way more reliable.
All right, let's get into the heart of this blueprint. We've talked about the problems. Now let's look at the specific, structured solutions that are designed to fix every single one of them.
If you've ever organized anything, you know this pain. The very first step, just creating the event announcement, it's a nightmare. In a chat app, you're typing every single detail from scratch, every time. It's so tedious, and it's so easy to make a mistake.
And this just shows the difference perfectly. On the left, you've got the total manual chaos of a chat app. On the right, you have a structured workflow. So instead of typing everything out, you're just picking from menus. Instead of trying to describe where to meet, you'll just drop a pin on a map. You can even import a route file like a GPX file directly. The point is, structure gets rid of all that repetitive work and makes it way, way harder to make mistakes.
And here's what that actually means. What could take you an hour in a chat app, getting the details right, finding the right links, double-checking it all, can now be done in about 10 minutes. This visual says it all. It's a huge measurable improvement.
Let's just let that sink in for a second. An 80% reduction in the time you spend just setting things up. For an organizer who runs a few events a week, this isn't just a small convenience, this is a total game changer. It literally gives them hours of their life back. Okay, next up is a problem I am sure we've all felt. The organizer posts the critical details at 9 a.m., but by lunchtime, that info is buried under 20 messages about the weather, someone running late, and of course, a funny cat video.
The solution here is actually pretty simple. It's separation. Instead of one long, messy conversation, you create a dedicated space for each event. And in that space, the important details, the what, where, when, are kept totally separate from the casual chat. The key info is always right there at the top, like a permanent source of truth.
Oh, this is a massive headache for organizers. How are you supposed to plan for your group size, or book a bus, or make sure you have enough guides if you're just guessing who's going to show up based on a thumbs up emoji or a scene receipt? You can't.
So the fix is to just remove the guesswork. The system makes you choose. You're either going or not going. That's it. This automatically creates a live list of who's coming that the organizer can see at a glance. No more sending messages like, hey, are you coming or not? The clarity is just built right in.
And this next point, this goes beyond just logistics and gets into safety and the quality of the event. It's not just if people are coming, it's who is coming. Do they actually have the right experience for this hike? Do they have the right gear? In a chat app, you're pretty much flying blind.
The structured solution for this is mandatory profiles. So before you can join an event, you have to fill out a few key details about your experience level, your usual pace, maybe even what gear you own. This gives the organizer the information they need to spot any risky mismatches and make sure everyone has a safe and good time. It turns all those question marks into facts.
So, we have seen how this tool solves all these specific problems. But now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger strategy. Because a really successful product isn't just about what it does, it's also about what it decides not to do.
Now this slide is so important because it defines the whole thing by saying what it isn't. It's not trying to be another Instagram or Facebook. There's no endless social feed to scroll through. It's not about discovering random events with total strangers. By saying no to all that, it really doubles down on its core identity as a utility, a focus tool for groups that already exist and for organizers you already trust.
And this statement right here just ties it all together. This is the mission. This is the promise. Every single feature we just talked about is designed to serve this one goal: replace the mess with structure, to make an organizer's life easier and their events way better.
And finally, you have to realize this isn't just about a cool tool. It's a whole business strategy. The plan isn't to chase viral growth or get 1 billion users overnight. It's a very deliberate process. First, you prove that the tool actually solves real problems for organizers. Then, you back it up with hard data. After that, you build a really clear story around that value. Growing the user base only comes after you've proven the tool is genuinely useful. It's all about value, not just numbers.
And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. In a world where we're just drowning in apps, all fighting for our attention, maybe the most valuable new ideas aren't the ones that connect us to more and more things, but the ones that help us do one thing, just one thing, exceptionally well.